today is completely different than it was years ago. A lot has changed. There wasn't cell phones, no staying out past curfew, and a lot of different school rules and also teenage pregnancy. Even though a lot of things from the past eventually come back around, like fashion trends, what it's like being a teenager will keep changing as the years go by. You only get your teen years once.
Past. Teenage pregnancy. In the past, most teen mothers is estimated were married, and the teenage pregnancy may cause suffer from the burden brought by being a parent at a very young age. Teenage pregnancy is the bearing of the child without the full awareness of responsibility. When we say teenage pregnancy, I don't think it's a prior agenda before we did not hear any news about that certain topic because the population in the past era is 1 to 2 children policy.
Present.
Teenage pregnancy nowadays becomes a worldwide phenomenon where globally the rate of teenage pregnancy is relatively high. Teenagers in this era seek for social validation from their peers engaged in drinking and resulting in them losing their senses and eventually engaging in unsafe sex. With that, more studies were conducted in order to address this problem. With that, the Philippines government raised sex education and even provide free contraceptives on health center. These girls are already struggling financially due to the situation they were born into, a victim of a lack of quality education due to the inherently flawed public school system. Now add a child into the mix. A child they had no choice but to carry to term because abortion is still illegal. Having a child so young could rob these adolescents of a better future. Filipinos strongly believe in owning up to their own problems. If these girls unfortunately have no support system, who would be willing to help them raise the child? They could be thrown out or forced to stay home and care for the child.
Future. To address the lack of sex education at an extremely young age of a consent is vital for more young women to have the life they deserve. Currently, lawmakers are lobbying to increase the age of consent, but we the people should be more vocal in holding these lawmakers accountable, so they won't keep on pushing this issue to the back burner. As for the lack of sex education, there must be an active push to normalize talk about sex. Misconceptions on how sex education encourages the youth to engage the premarital sex should be debunked as the lack of sex education leads to more uninformed choices with undesirable consequences. As the past present era are highly risky of the teenage pregnancy, maybe the future can control this kind of agenda. The teenage pregnancy the government can handle by this planning for the future.